welcome passionate Pisces. My name's Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com and I'm here to do your tarot horoscope for 2020. And what a big year it is for everybody this year. There are 6 eclipses going on, and as you may have heard, the effects of an eclipse can last for months. Sometimes it's just a couple of months, and other times it may be up to 6 months. So with 6 eclipses in the 1 year, they're sort of rolling over the top of each other. So the energy is just building up. And so this year we have to be careful that we don't feel overwhelmed. We need to take time out and to have plenty of R&R, especially you, dear passionate Pisces, because you're very sensitive and you can feel the flow of energy. And so with so much energy going on within and being stirred up like the mud on the bottom of a river, for example, you might feel a little bit confused sometimes, or it might be hard to see which direction you're supposed to go. So hopefully with this video and the other videos and live streams I do, you'll be able to find some way to get through down the river. Go with the flow, okay? Don't try to fight things. So let's start. So all the dates I give you now are plus minus a day, because I'm in Australia and we're nearly a full day ahead of the US. So 10th of January, a lunar eclipse in your 5th house of creativity. And it's also what I call young love. This is when you meet somebody and you can feel the sparks, but you don't really know them very well, okay? It's sort of like flirtatious fun. So there's romance, there's entertainment here, there's comedy here, and it's also the world of the child. So you may have experiences where you're getting closer to children in the outside world, or you may be getting closer to your inner child. And it's like I was just saying, the mud is sort of, with a lunar eclipse, the mud is getting stirred up, and so all of this stuff comes up. But underneath there you could find treasures. Could be some reward buried deep in the mud that'll make it worth your while to have a look at what's going on deep down inside you. Oh, there just goes a wallaby. A wallaby just jumped past my window. I think it was a one called a black scrubber. They have the black tail and the black face, and they're sort of grey-brown. So I put a baby's bath out there with water because there's not much water about. It's really hot in Australia and we've had terrible fires. So I'm glad to see that somebody's drinking out of the bath. So I'll get on with this. January 12th, Saturn conjuncts Pluto in your 11th house of friends and groups and connections. It's also your hopes and dreams. Now, Saturn and Pluto. Saturn likes structure. Saturn's very conservative. He likes tradition. He likes things to be cautious, safe, play it safe. He sort of holds on to the past. He can be fearful. Pluto is a transpersonal planet that really goes with the cycle of death and rebirth. And so he's going to destroy whatever is holding you back, whatever you're trying to hold on to. And it's almost like the tighter you cling, the firmer the grasp, the bigger the wrench will be when Pluto tears it away. And so we have the dynamics of these 2 planets going on to do with your connections or your friends, or maybe even your hopes and dreams. So, but this is about the rebirth of new connections, and also the connections within yourself. As you make the connections within yourself, those people will sort of, in the outside world, be magnetically attracted to you because you've got the currency, you've got the circuit flow of electricity running through your body. And so those people will actually just sort of appear. And so as you let go of some friends or connections, there'll be new friends and connections coming in. March 21 to July 1st, Saturn goes into your 12th house. Now, this gives you the chance to put some structure around your spirituality. So you might want to develop a spiritual practice. You might do some yoga, decide you're going to meditate at 6 a.m. every day, or whatever time. You might decide you're going to go for a walk every day and make it like a moving meditation, a walking meditation where you just get into the zone. And you can just do that and become absolutely blank in your mind, and then Spirit can come down and give you what you need. But yeah, Saturn here, he wants you to get like a plan, a strategy, some way of making your spirituality more real in your everyday life. Because here in the 12th house, it's the house of the subconscious, the house of the divine, the house of the goddess. And although we're not aware, it's a bit like an iceberg, because we might just be aware of the top, but there's so much underneath in the subconscious that there's our own personal subconscious, and then there's the divine underneath that, so it can all come up. So that is significant. You'll be more interested in metaphysical things and the esoteric in general. April 4, June 20th, November 12th, Jupiter conjuncts Pluto in your 11th house. Okay, so this is pretty powerful because Jupiter's a really huge planet, and Jupiter loves expansiveness. Jupiter loves to increase things. Jupiter loves everything big, bigger than big. And they're joining, because they're conjuncting, they're joining forces, and so this could bring some sort of period of time where transformational people enter your life, and you could form relationships with people that you normally would not. They might be in powerful positions, or they might have some sort of magnetic power, some sort of quality that makes them very different to the people you normally would associate with. So this is really beneficial and powerful influence. And not just individual people, could also be groups. You could become involved with powerful groups and really get a powerful statement out there into public discourse. So that's pretty significant. May 13th to May 25th, Venus retrograde in your 4th house. 4th house is all about home and family. Your home may need beautifying in some way. You might be sitting there reflecting on your environment and you think, I don't like that, and I don't like that, and whatever. I'm going to paint that wall, I'm going to rip that wall out, or whatever. But Venus loves beauty, and she wants to be in a beautiful environment. Also, because family could be involved, just be aware. Venus going backwards, normally she likes to smooth flow of communications. She likes harmony and peace. With her going backwards, it's not so much probably going to end in arguments, but you could maybe feel a bit of discord there, or you don't agree on things that you thought you would have agreed on, or it's just going into a quieter time with family members. So June 5th, lunar eclipse in your 10th house. So internal rumblings coming up about your career. And this is the sort of career where your heart is really invested in your job. It's not a normal job. It's a vocation. It's something you really believe in. So if you're not in the situation where you have a job that you really believe in, this might be a call to you to change jobs and get into a job that actually spiritually feeds you, and a job that is in alignment with your core beliefs. So these internal rumblings are coming up. You may not do anything about it for a little while yet, but you're starting to feel not right, that your present situation does not actually fit with who you are. June 21, solar eclipse in the 5th house. So you've got new beginnings here in your love life, romance. Talked before about this, flirtatious fun, affects your creativity and also draws you closer to the world of the child. July 1st to December 17th, Saturn dips back into your 11th house of friends and connections to check if you have dropped the people that you need to drop. Maybe you've got some Facebook friends that you need to let go of because they never engage or communicate with you. And it's really basically a time of review, reassessment and reflection on the people that you come into contact with on a daily basis, and also your hopes and dreams, those things that you hold really close to your heart. July 5th, another lunar eclipse in the 11th, same deal again. So you're really getting it put on you about making a decision about the people that you associate with and the connections that you have, because it's important. Because there used to be a saying, I think it was Jim Rohn, I'm sure someone will know who it is, used to say you are the average of the 5 people closest to you. And so what he means, of course, is their energy is influencing you. So it is important to only associate with people that build you up, not tear you down. September 9th to November 14th, Mars retrograde in your 2nd house of values. Okay, so Mars looks like he's going backwards about your money. Is your money situation going backwards in some way? Or are you feeling unmotivated to change your situation? Maybe you don't want to stick to a budget, or maybe you don't want to work, or maybe you're not interested in getting more money and you just want to stay where you are. But Mars retrograde typically means you're feeling a bit flat, a bit unmotivated, and you just don't have the energy to do what's required in your house of finances. It could also be also your possessions, not just money, and you need to be very careful about your possessions at this time. Don't misplace things, lose your car keys, and take care of security. Take care of security properly during this time. November 30th, lunar eclipse in your 4th house. Again, your home and family. So some rumblings there coming up about something in your environment that you're not happy with, or maybe to do in your family. There's something coming up, brewing up, because on the 14th, there's then a solar eclipse in your 10th house, which is new beginnings in your vocation. And also your reputation. The 10th house is got to do with status, and that could be online reputation, or it could be out there in the physical world as well. So there's a bit of a thing going on between the 10th house and the 4th house, one sort of activating the other, so to speak. And perhaps you'll change jobs this year and get onto something that really makes your heart sing and your heart go bling. December 14th, solar eclipse. Oh, I just said that, didn't I? Did I just say that? Yes, I did. December 17th, Saturn goes into your 12th. December 19th, Jupiter also goes into your 12th. This is a really powerful aspect down in your subconscious. So Saturn, cautious, doesn't want to rock the boat, but yet we have Jupiter down there trying to expand things, trying to increase your awareness of your spirituality. So you're going to find that eventually between these two a balance is going to come, which is going to make your spiritual life more real than ever. Okay, and you will get more structure in your spiritual life. Sometimes as a spiritual person, sometimes you just go through a sort of dry period where it's hard to pick up. Lucky, like I'm a psychic, I still see for other people, but I don't necessarily always see for myself. And sometimes it's just black and I don't see anything. And I was like, hello. And I just don't see anything for myself. So there's times when you just have to go with that and there's nothing coming through about what I'm supposed to do, so I just keep doing what I'm doing until I get a message telling me to do something different. And with you, this deepening in your spiritual life, passionate Pisces, you'll feel the urges, and you'll feel when you feel compelled to do something. But if you're not absolutely compelled, then you don't have to worry about, am I on the right track, or am I doing this right, or whatever. Spirit will let you know. Okay, so now what we're going to do is go on to the tarot part. I didn't say before, but I do a horoscope, I do some tarot cards, and then I'll do a psychic summary at the end for you to let you know what I see. So let's go to the cards now. I've already shuffled these cards up, but I'll just give them a very quick shuffle, a very light shuffle now. And already one of them is calling me, which is this one underneath. Okay, the Emperor card. This sort of fits with Saturn because this is tradition, this is being conservative. The downside, there's, with all these cards, there's positives and negatives. The downside of this can be domination and control, someone telling you what to do. And this is the first part of the year, say January, February into March. Make sure that it's not you running roughshod over yourself. The negative self-talk, blaming you or trying to make you feel guilty about something. This energy can also do that. On the upside, this energy represents safety, comfort, security, structure. The Emperor, it's the person in charge. This can be a government department. In Australia, we would say Centrelink. I don't know what you call it over there in the US. Department of Homeland Security, is it? Not sure. The Home Department, it's called in the UK. But yeah, this is somebody who lords it over you. And if you don't want to make decisions, you just have to follow their directives and play by their rules. Okay. So if you're in a situation like that, you play by their rules and then you look to get out. Think of creative ways of getting out of the box. Action is required, okay? It's, not going to just fall into your lap. Okay, so now Passionate Pisces, looking at March, April, May. March, April, May. This card wants to come out. And it's I think it's the Three of Cups. This is where I have to put glasses on because the writing is so small. Yes, it's the Three of Cups. Okay, so we have a situation here. This is teamwork, a group project. It could also be going out with friends and socialising. But you see here, there's like a fish's head. They're all standing in the fish's head. This means that there's subconscious processes going on and stuff coming up, and as you can see by your horoscope already, there is a very big focus on your subconscious and personal development, dealing with all of the energies that come up in 2020. So this sort of fits too in that way. There could be a few hiccups. It's not 100% smooth ride, but because you can see this woman here wasting energy, tipping out the alcohol or the water, so she's wasting energy. So there are a few hiccups in getting agreement with everybody. So, and sometimes it can even be in a social situation where if you have three people, two of them form a clique and they leave the third person out. I've had that happen to me. That's not pleasant. And that, if that happens to you, just be civil and remember so that you don't put yourself in that situation again. I wouldn't get too upset about it because it's a passing sort of thing. You can have eventual success with this card. It's just not 100% smooth, but you can get there in the end if you're working on a project together. And if you're friends, you can just be civil to each other and then remember, don't forget what happened. All right, so that was March, April, May. Now we're going to go to June, July, August. June, July, August for Passionate Pisces. And see what comes up. Okay, this is great. Ace of Pentacles, new starts. It relates to the physical world. So this could be your finances or your possessions. Or it could even be something like a new start in a relationship. Say you've got a relationship online with somebody. In the middle of the year, it's a great time to make that relationship physical by actually meeting the person face to face. Okay, so this card wants you, the energies of this card wants you to make it physical, make it real. But this could be a new business. It's a brand new idea on a physical level, and it's like inspirational too, in a way. You know, it's like giving you energy. You see here the earth, so it's grounded, and the plants growing here. They're sort of like I've just forgotten what that's called, where you grow the plants up over just can't remember what that's called. You grow them up over a sort of framework, and they're planted in the ground. So it is physical, it's real, but there's spirit involved. It's a great card. Okay, so May, June, July. Now we're looking at August, September, October. August, September, October, and I'm going to go with that one, which is the Ten of Wands. This has been where you've had to work hard, but you've had the inspiration inside you that's been encouraging you. You can see here she's got a trailer that she's pulling. It has 10 baseball bats. Can you see that? She's taken a lot of action, a lot of steps to get to this point. She's actually wearing a green skirt. It's probably brighter than what it appears on the monitor, and there's a lot of green in the background, suggesting growth and opportunity. Okay, so you are going to be rewarded for what you've put in, and you're almost there. It's a ton of work, and she is barefoot on this little sort of rock pathway here. So you would have put in not only physical work but a lot of mental work, and you're almost at the end of the cycle now. So there should be some rewards coming to you soon. Now the end of the year, October, November, December, and let's see what comes out for you, dear passionate Pisces, and we're going to go with this one. Okay, so I don't want you to be too upset here. This is a Five of Pentacles. Implies there's a shortage of money, or that you're asking someone for help. Okay, and typically you need to be careful of how much money, especially around Christmas, that you don't overspend. Okay, so do watch your finances. You've got this great influence in the middle of the year here, and you could start a project, but it doesn't pan out the way that you hoped by the end of the year, I'm sorry to say, according to this tarot. It could also be in a relationship. It's not just a physical project, although there are physical ramifications here because it is Pentacles. Okay, make yourself secure. When you start here, don't invest too much in whatever this is, whether it's a new project, a new business, or a new relationship. Don't invest too much here. You'll do what you have to do to get it across the line, but just be aware that all of these energies are completely changeable, passionate Pisces, and you're very sensitive, and so you could be feeling that something that you start, it doesn't work out, and then you take it really to heart. So I'd say a little bit of self-nurturing and self-protection so you don't miss out at the end of the year is in order. Please watch your finances, okay, at the end of the year, that you don't overspend for Christmas, because there's also a thing called the Great Conjunction coming up then, which could also change things in December. So I'll just do a psychic summary for you now and see what we get, dear passionate Pisces. Okay, Pisces 2020, just waiting for a picture. Okay. What I see is a flight of steps, and it's like sometimes you get a bit confused. You start doing the actions, walking up the steps to get somewhere, and then you sort of go 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And I'm just going to pull some cards because I don't feel like with that, I'm not feeling a sense of closure around that 5 of Pentacles, and I feel like into the following year, January 2021, that something else is going to happen. And so I just don't feel happy about that at all, leaving the end of the year like that. So I'm just going to I'll grab this. Well, there you go. 10 of Pentacles, which is money. It's also something to do with, can be to do with your home, changing home, leaving your home, going somewhere else. There's a sense of achievement, happiness, self-esteem that goes with it. So what I want to say here is be careful with money, but then something else happens and money comes through, or you sell your house, or you get more money than you thought somewhere there. So just watch that. Alrighty. So now I'll go back to my psychic summary. Okay, so we were saying going, and the reason I thought to draw another card was because you were going up a step, back a step, and getting confused with the steps, and I thought, oh, this doesn't feel right because you're sort of back and forward. Okay, but what I do see is the chains on your wrists dropping off this year, which is good news. In some way you could have felt enslaved, and I can see these chains now on this wrist here, and I think there's one on your right wrist as well. I see these chains falling off in 2020 almost by themselves, but if you focus on it, focus on freedom, focus on letting go of the past, these chains will drop off. They're showing me a picture of a frog. All I can think is water, emotions, cleaning. Keep yourself clean, emotionally and spiritually clean, okay? Don't get involved with any sort of low life elements, or get down in the mud with these sort of lower vibrational type people, because that will slow your progress and slow the chains falling off your arms, if that makes sense, off your wrists. They're also telling me it's like walking along with an umbrella and it's raining and we need the rain. The rain is a good thing. Tears can come, the rain can be symbolic of tears, but this is like healing tears, and so there is a very positive aspect to the tears. Yeah, now they're showing me toilet paper on the roll, sitting on the toilet, and there's toilet paper in front of me. That just means you're getting rid of everything from the past. You don't need that stuff that you'd eaten before, that stuff that you had assimilated from other people. You don't need it now. So all of that is going to be purged out of you. So that's a really positive thing, because if you're feeling stuck, then you'll be unstuck. Okay. So a really big year for you, passionate Pisces. And I'd just like to take the opportunity now to thank you for your support in 2019. My tiny channel is now growing, and it's growing into a small channel. So I'm really happy about that. So thanks so much for all of your encouraging comments and your encouraging words over 2019. And I look forward in 2020 to doing a lot more videos and live streams for you. So as you can appreciate, I'm pretty busy, but I'm really very keen and excited about YouTube and getting my voice out there to the whole world. Such an amazing array of people in different countries. So thank you so much. If you've enjoyed this video / live stream, please give it a like, subscribe to my channel, And don't forget to click the notification bell. Wishing you a very happy, prosperous and healthy 2020. Here we are. Okay, thank you and bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website absolutesoulsecrets.com for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.